Hello, dear travelers, and welcome back to another episode of Travelcast. Today we have not one, but two incredible guests, Aida and Toni, an adventurous couple who have traveled extensively, both solo and now as a team, and made the bold decision to leave behind their old life to travel full time. And well, they arrived on Friday 13th to my apartment. They started their trip on 13th. And now, guys, welcome on episode 13 of the Travelcast. And thank you for joining. And guys, can you please start telling a little bit about yourself, about your background?
So I will start first, I think so. Because as Toni say always, I'm the boss of the couple, but I'm not sure about it. So about my background, I can define myself that I started like 7 years ago. I started traveling, and COVID, I'm so sorry, but fuck me. So I had to stop, and I thought that I needed to continue with it. So that's why we started to travel again. But in this time, I met Toni, so now we are traveling together. It would be like a fast summary of my short life.
Yes, and in my case, first of all, thank you, Igor, for this opportunity. Really appreciate it. And my background was really different than Aida because my objective since I finished my degree was to be the best in my job. Mm-hmm. So I tried to be prepared for everything, to be the boss from sales in my company. So when I arrived there, I say, okay, I'm here, but that's all. It's not what I imagined. So after I met Aida, and I think together we both think, okay, if you don't like your life, at the moment I don't like my life, why we are gonna try to live another life or to see other type of life around the world. So for that reason, we started 1 month ago.
Yeah.
Sweet, sweet. And long journey to go in front of you guys, right? Yeah. Well, I know we have, both of you guys. But I also know that, and you Aida mentioned that you started your travels like before met Toni, and like, so in general, like how like why did you start? How did you start? Why did you start? And maybe bonus question will be for you: what did you start first, like couchsurfing or traveling?
It was couchsurfing.
Yeah?
It was fun because I met one guy in Tinder. Mm-hmm. And he explained it to me that there was an app that was couchsurfing.
Better than Tinder, yeah?
Yeah. So he started to explain me that. I said, oh wow, I think I need to try it. So I started couchsurfing as hosting people. Mm-hmm. And also I felt that my life in that moment was super good for the Spanish standard that your parents expect from you. Like I live by myself. I just 1 year before I bought like a Mercedes Class A. I live by myself in the city center of Valencia. Mm-hmm. So I had a good position on my job. So I just started to host people because I felt that I missed something in my life. And I realized that I really love to see all the good vibes that people just bring to me when they were there. So I decided that I was going to host more. And suddenly there was one host that changed my mentality. Like he was traveling with a motorbike around Europe. Mm-hmm. So I saw that there was other kind of life that instead of working every day, just enjoy the life. So I just met him, and after like 1 month, I had 1 month free at my job, and he asked me if I wanted to visit India with him. Mm-hmm. Because he was traveling with a motorbike, but like 1 week after of leaving my house, he just left the motorbike in Italy because he was from Italy, and after he started like a big trip without the motorbike in Asia. So I said, okay, why not? So my first trip was to India. So, and after 22 days in India, I remember that I was doing a scale with the flight in Moscow. and I started to cry. Like, I didn't want to come back to my normal life. I just wanted to trip and enjoy the life and be outside of the bubble that everyone tell you that you have to be in. So I decided I was going to save money for 5 months, 6 months, because I wanted to start my trip in summer. I'm a summer person, not a winter person. So I saved money. I sold all my stuff, even my car. That was 1 year only. All my shoes, I had more than 100 pair of shoes. I was, super fashion and cool. And August, the 16th of August, I decided that I was going to leave, to quit my job and everything. I start a new life. That's why I started the 8 months trip until the COVID fucked me in Philippines. So it would be a little bit the background of why I started to travel.
And India, I have a question about India from many perspectives, and trip and details, but I wanna just jump directly for the woman because you was a solo traveler in India, and in general I wanted to open like this topic, how it was for you, your experience as a female, and pros and like cons. I mean, like what you was like wow amazed, and like what was like dodgy, because I know, like I heard different stories and just want to know your story as a female in India, as a solo female. And again, like it's first country, as you said, maybe not first, but I mean like for the big travel. It's like, even in my mind, like I was like, crap, like even I would like, before going, I was like, okay, it's like something already a little bit different, you know? So
So for the first time that I was in India, it was for the 22 days, and I was with Italian guy, so it was smooth and easy because he traveled a lot, so he was just being the boss of the trip, so I just was following.
All right.
But when I started my solo trip, that I was almost 3 months in India, it was totally different, but I always say the same. If you're a woman, you have to be smart when we are traveling. I mean, I did hitchhiking, I use couch surfing always, and you just need to be conscious where you are, what kind of clothes you wear, how you respect the country and the people that you are in that moment. And also you have to listen yourself. That's, for me, is the best thing. Listen yourself what you feel. And if you need to change your mind in one moment, just do it. Also something that it was really useful for me. I used to work in automotive sector. So I was surrounded for men all the day. So I have a strong character. So when I was abroad, for example, in India, I didn't feel that men were more than me. I just felt the same. Like, for example, if I try to take a tuk-tuk and they try to scam me because I'm a woman, I'm white and I'm from abroad, I just asked before one local, how much is the price for the tuk-tuk? And when I went there, I negotiate with them. Like, listen, I'm up from abroad, but I know that normally the kilometer it's, I don't know, 10 rupees, 1,000 rupees, you know, that's kind of. So, and regarding the safety, for example, I use couchsurfing a lot, so I was always with a local, even women, men, and I have to say that I didn't feel that I was unsafe there. I had a good experience. Also hitchhiking in India.
Yeah, you did.
So yeah. The only thing is the north, it's more poor than the south. So I totally recommend, if someone goes to India, if they want a cultural shock, go to the north. But if you want to go just smooth, trying to understand how is the culture, how is the people and everything, go to the south and just going up step by step with your mood. And also maybe the first days you will hate India, but you will fall in love with India. That would be.
And any kind of like challenges as also female you had? You said like nothing really you felt unsafe, but like
not in India.
Very nice.
No,
okay, good.
Not in India. Maybe around other countries, yeah.
And other countries, again, maybe.
In Sarajevo or Sarajevo for the Spanish people.
Okay.
I had one incident with one guy. He was from couchsurfing. I went there at 2 a.m. He tried to have something more with me. I just went to the kitchen because he tried to touch me and push me to have something. So I went to the kitchen, I take a knife and I say, my mom is not going to cry. Do you want that yours cry? And he just watched me like, okay, I think she's crazy. But in that moment, I was crazy.
This is good. Like
I mean,
fuck it, you know, man. Like,
I mean,
you don't understand the words. Like,
the listeners can't see me, but I'm 1.50 m. I'm super small. So imagine.
You even 150?
Yeah, 49, I think.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that 50 because normally when there is a meter, I'm just close to it. Yeah. So in that moment I just did that and I left the house and it was fun because I forgot my pills for the malaria because I was going to go to Asia. So I had
where?
To Asia. Okay.
Asia. Yeah.
So I had to come back to the same flat that I told the guy, listen, if you don't stop, I'm going to kill you. Yeah. And I took the pills and after I just went to a hostel that they didn't speak at all English, so I was using the translator. And also in Mykonos, I had a huge accident with a motorbike. I was talking with the guy in the motorbike because he picked me up from the bus at 12 at night. And we were talking and I think that he was expecting to have something else with me. And I just said that I was lesbian.
Mykonos, it's like gays, lesbians.
Yeah, so also I was, during my trip, I was carrying like a photo book in some pictures with some friends, like with one friend that was really close. Like if I had this kind of situations, I can say, okay, I have girlfriend. So in that moment, he turned the face to me that was behind in the motorbike and we crashed with a wall. So yeah, I had all my knee like for 2 months with a hole and everything. Yeah. So on that night, it was the end of the season, summer season in Mykonos. So everything was closed, and I didn't know where I could go. So at the end, I just were there without sleeping. Like just waiting the morning at 5, like I need to take a bus and just leaving this place. Yeah. So they would be the 2 more difficult situations in the trip, but apart from that, everything was smooth, super smooth. But being smart always.
Yeah. Totally agree with that.
Oh yeah.
And coming back to that Indian trip,
Yeah.
Just wanna also briefly touch again, like because it's like was your first steps and everything. How like it was in general impact you, like your life and your mindset and like your personal growth, spiritual and cultural, you know.
That's for me the change in my life. That's when people say that, no, I start traveling to try to find myself and this bullshit that nowadays everyone says, I didn't went there because I wanted to find myself. It's just, he told me, I'm in India, and I said, okay, why not? I'm from Spain. I'm always ready for a party. So I just went there, and the first impact, I didn't think that I was going to India. Just, I was not conscious about...
like Columbus, I guess. It's your ancestors, you know. But he thought opposite, he's going to India.
So yeah, I was not conscious that what I was going to find. So the first feet that put in the airport in India was like, fuck, where I am.
Really? Is that bad?
Yeah, it's that.
Really?
Yeah, super bad. And even when you go outside, it's like there was not electricity, maybe some lights. The roads, they are not finished. They are with sand. If you want to take a bus, there is no bus stop. It's just you I don't know, you raise the hand and maybe the stop. Yeah, but sometimes you have to jump inside.
I experienced this kind of vibe in Sri Lanka, that on the way jump, these people, like. It
was fun. Also the guy, the Italian guy, he rented a room. When we enter in the building, I think I haven't seen in my life this kind of building. It was just a disaster. I can't describe it, but when we were inside the room, it was like, okay, I think this is a fancy room, but I don't see the fancy.
Yeah.
So every day there was something new, like for example, the cows eating cardbox on the street, children without clothes around, guys just, there was fun because there was one day that there were one group of guys just playing cards on the street, and I was surprised because they were not working. And I'm very curious. I just went there and I asked them, why are you not working? I mean, it's 1 in the morning, afternoon. And they told me, we work this morning, we earn enough money to survive, so why are we going to work more today? So they live day by day. And for me it was like, whoa.
No inflation for guys.
Yeah,
They don't
totally.
really worry for this.
Yeah, and also, for example, we went to take a train and everyone was waiting there, smiling, like, and I asked them, hey, the train should be here. And they tell me, no, why? Because it is written that, yeah, it was written, but it could be maybe in 1 hour. Yeah, but in 1 hour I want to be. Yeah, but we don't give a shit where you want to be in 1 hour. So it was like cultural shock from Europe that everything is organized. There, you have nice children, you have everything, and there was a chaos, a madness, a mess. But you start to love this madness. You think that you are too organized in Europe. And everything works well there. I mean, works well for them. I think it was the cultural shock that I had. I don't know, I just felt in love with India.
Good, very nice, yeah. And like you see, after all, years after years, and now you guys, yeah, Toni, welcome back. So yeah, like, and so far after years and years, you guys like met and like decided to travel together for now. And so, Toni, how did she convince you for this lifestyle, for this madness? Tell me your intro and how you got convinced for this lifestyle.
That is a good question because I met her when she started the first trip. So it's like in that moment I thought, wow, that is unbelievable. That
first ever that Indian, yeah?
Yes, and she say, how is possible a girl under 1.50 start a trip alone with a bag and so on? I say, wow, it's like my mind explode. And after 1 year and a half, more or less, after the COVID, we continue speaking and so on. And I was free at that moment also. And I say, okay, if in that moment I like it, why I cannot do it by myself? But for sure the answer is clear because I'm not gonna take any risk if I do it alone. And I say, okay, we are gonna do it together because I trust in her. She has experience. She was in a madness countries like India. So we said, okay, we are gonna start together. And I trust in her and we are here. And we started in Europe because the story is really funny. Because Aida said, okay.
You're talking now, about trip now.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's also your first trip now. Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
Because
For me to don't miss, maybe I just don't know something. Maybe it's like already done.
No, because in my case, I have never been abroad. I mean, abroad in Europe, for sure I know all the countries, but after this month, I can confirm that Europe is like everybody is standardized, so we are really similar in all the countries in Europe. And we say to Aida explain me, okay, considering that you are organized, you are structured, you need everything in your life, you need also the same bed, you need also the same food, you need the schedule every day controlled by you. Okay, we are going to do it in this way. We are going to start in Europe, that is similar. You feel how is live in another country, how is to share even a bed, how is to share a home, how is to work, or how is working couchsurfing. That is my first time also, and at the moment I'm really happy with it. I also did hitchhiking, so at the moment everything is running properly and well. So it's like the pilot trip that we will say in order to jump to Asia. So we'll see. At the moment, everything is running properly. We will see in Asia, because after all the comments that Aida said, I don't know if I will accept the next part of the trip. But at the moment, I can confirm that I will be with her.
Well, like, but cool, man. Like, excited for this switch and for this lifestyle. Let's see. And like, it's actually very smart also from you to make this smoother, like kind of to find this, like, okay, here's some Europe. Anyways, still explore, still like with all similarities, we still see the difference, like something can be something, even by pictures, by building, people complain, hey, Europe, like similar. Somehow, historically based, but like traditional, some food or some details or some small behaviors, it's always something different and really different.
Also values.
And values and like even like past, like, and so on and so on. So like kind of, like still some, and nature wise, interesting, very interesting. And how do you feel so far after a month?
Perfectly. Really happy.
All cool?
Yes. I don't regret about anything. Consider that I quit my job and now I'm traveling without earning money, so I can say I'm fine.
And like in general, how does this like traveling as a couple? Well, it's maybe more question to you, like how is traveling as a couple? You feel difference than like when you solo, because again, you in this travel, you as a boss, you organize, but again, when you solo, you also kind of your boss, So like, how do you feel the difference for you?
Because now you have pressure. Because
for me, the worst of being a couple traveling is the pressure that I have on myself. Because, for example, if I made a bad decision in my first trip, it's a decision for me. But now it's a decision that affects also to Toni. So even that he's trusting me all the time, like it's normal if you do things, normally that you can make mistakes. I have a little bit the pressure. Like, for example, if we are doing couchsurfing and the host is not as we expected, that maybe is in other mood, or it's boring, or it's, that's not the thing that you expected. I felt maybe a little bit, not guilty, but not a little bit guilty, not a lot.
But you feel like you are the responsible of it.
Yeah, it's just I'm the responsible. But I think everything is going also smooth, because, for example, the first day that he did hitchhiking, I just left him to do it because I did already, and I wanted that he felt in that moment the sensation of doing it for your first time. And he just took the first ride in 2 minutes. 2 minutes! So...
But where you've been?
It was in Switzerland.
No, but you was hiding or what?
Yeah, it's just, it's easily to hide me. I just put behind the back. So,
right.
So 2 minutes, it was super good. But apart from that, maybe sometimes I miss, like when I was traveling, I'm the kind of person that I'm happy being alone. I don't need to have people surround me. Like, I can go to have dinner by myself, to the cinema. I enjoy these moments. So, for example, when I was traveling by myself and I was doing couchsurfing, there were some days that I tried to be in hostels because I wanted to be free of talking with people. I didn't want to be nice. I just want to be introspective.
Yeah.
So what happened? That now we are a couple, so I never feel alone, and sometimes I need these moments of being by myself in an introspective way. And at the beginning, it was harder to explain him, like, listen, this is going to happen to me because I know my personality. But we found that it was easy because it happens the same with him. So he sometimes needs also to have moments to have by himself. So,
and I think for me it's really easy because everything that I live right now is new. So I don't expect anything, because if you expect and something happens that you don't expect, it's like you fail. So I try to live the trip like we will see what happens. I know the responsibilities for her is too much sometimes, only to choose the place, to choose even the host and the place that we are gonna live or whatever. But for me at the moment it's really easy because I don't expect anything, I trust in her. And at the moment, everything is running softly.
Always it's easy. I mean, for example, traveling with him is super, super easy.
I'm trying to be adaptative.
Yeah, he never complains. Never. Only he reminds me that I have to drink water, but it's the only thing that.
Yeah, drink water. Actually, I hear you really got a little bit.
So.
No, because I say when we started the trip, I said, okay, I'm gonna do a trip that could be the best trip of my life because I'm with 34, so I'm not younger, as you can imagine.
I feel younger.
See, okay, I'm gonna live the trip like an adventure and don't think too much. Because if you don't think too much and you try to live like your normal life, it's not an adventure. You are gonna live like always in a different place, I mean a different home. But if you are gonna try to have the same time schedules, the same food, the same feelings, I don't know, the same customs that you have. It's not make sense. You will be no an adventure. So no, it's an adventure because I'm adaptable also.
Yeah, super easy.
But it's actually very interesting what you say, like about as your approach for the travel as an adventure, and because I also wanted to ask, how do you? Again, both of you, like you decided, okay, hey, we're gonna quit the job, like quit all this life, sell whatever, like you sell or like move from apartment and so on, all these private things you should be done. And like, as you told me today or yesterday, that like, it's like you cut and kind of no back, just like you go back for a short period of time for personal reason and then like again come back to the road. And for example, Toni, for you also the question, well, it's maybe for both of you, how you face this daily routine, like that is like completely change again, sleeping not in the bed, like eating, as you mentioned already in conversation, not your protein, you got slimmer, exercises, like I mean your routine, you had like stable routine in your life, you had your career going on, all stuff was going here, there, all, so like how is for you this change and for both mentally, physically also?
That is a good question. It's because before starting the trip, I think a lot about this in order to avoid to be like a block by myself to enjoy about the trip. So what I did is, okay, I have to think that when I started this trip, I have to value other things. So what I value, the people that we met, the countries that we visit, the weather that we find, the food that sometimes we can eat, but normally the typical food is bread with cheese. So it's like we valorate.
This is travel
mode.
It's what we valorate every day.
Yeah.
Okay. For example, that we met to you. Really great. I'm not able to valorate the things that I did in my normal life. It's not make sense. I will destroy the trip in 2 weeks because since the beginning you are not in your bed, you are not in your bathroom, you are not in your showers, you are not in nothing. Even you use the same clothes to sleep than to live in or to do sightseeing. So that was one of the point. Be mentalized before starting the trip.
Did you prepare yourself long time, or how was this transition?
Because that trip has been prepared for 2 years.
Okay. Good.
But when I say 2 years, it's not by me. I mean not for my mentality. It was just to prepare the trip in order to be able to quit our job and live without needed a job. I mean, without needed a salary.
Yes.
So we prepared during 2 years about saving money, invest money in different assets, and say, okay, after 2 years we are prepared. We also quit in our life, the social life, because considering our jobs, we were able to go in the weekend, you can imagine, wherever, or take something every day, even take all the meals outside. And we decided, okay, our objective is clear, we have a path, we have to focus on it. okay, we are going to do it. I know it's difficult in this society because for sure you'll receive a lot of comments against you because for sure many people close to us say you are crazy, but if you have a good job, you are 34, you have to think about child, you have to think about enjoy your life. Trip to New York, get a trip to Philippines or something like that if you want to enjoy 1 month. And I said, yeah, this is the rat run. I don't know how to say it, like you are doing every day the same. So we prepare in that part. I mean, 2 years the money part, I say it, I know it's correctly, but the money part, the financial part. But at the same time that I'm preparing the financial part, in parallel, I'm preparing myself to launch the trip. I mean, to go abroad. So it's like I'm mentalized about everything. I'm not able to say, okay, during 2 years, but for sure the last month or 2 months before starting, I was thinking, okay, Toni, don't think a lot, don't think twice the things, you have to be with the flow, don't try to have everything organized. If not, it not make sense to start a trip like an adventure. If not, you can start a trip like a normal person, go abroad, go to Europe and I don't know, meet the people, and that's all.
And for me, it's just the opposite. I'm alive.
Ready to go anytime.
I'm alive
She's
when I
ready
live
every day.
adventures. I mean, when I feel the butterflies in the stomach, like something is going to happen, it's just, I feel happy. So, for example, these 2 years that we were super organized, that we were having the goals and challenges of every day to have a schedule and what we have to do in that moment, for me were just a little bit strong, and also I was depressed. I know that the goal was to travel, but it was too much for me. So now I'm just the opposite. I'm just in a bubble, like, whoa, I don't want that it ends. So I need more adventures. That's something that also I talked with him, that I don't know if I put too much pressure in this trip, but I remember when I traveled like 8 years ago, 7 years ago, I live more adventures than now. Everything now seems super normal. So I can't wait to go to Asia to feel like, okay, more adventures, more risky, more, you know.
But also could be because she already lived this type of trip.
Yes.
For me, for example,
definitely.
everything is an adventure.
Definitely.
Even to be here
absolutely.
recording the podcast could be an adventure. But maybe next year when you call me again because this podcast is going to be successful and you say, okay, you are going to record the second one, maybe it's not the same adventure, the same feeling. So for her it's the same now. Hitchhiking for me was an adventure. For her is okay. I did one trip entirely with hitchhiking, so it's not the same adventure. For me, couchsurfing is an adventure. For her, it's not an adventure.
I want to hitchhike a boat.
Oh, this is
that
fun,
would be awesome.
Yeah, my friend did so.
I have.
He did from I think Turkey to somewhere. He's from Brazil. And he did to I think don't remember, maybe to Bolivia. Somewhere he didn't. He couldn't make it to Brazil, but to somewhere there close, you know. So I need to actually find him and put him on podcast.
I was going to
and you will hear the practical advice for the
For that reason, maybe.
I'm waiting for this kind.
What about plane? Boats is easy. Let's hitchhike the plane.
Oh,
you know?
that would be awesome.
But I think some private one easy, some small guys.
We wanted to start the trip like going to the airport and take the first flight that was available, but the problem is that it was the 13th of August, so everyone was there to take.
And price-wise would be different, like right away.
So at the end we couldn't, but I'm looking for this kind of adventures now, or maybe doing some work away or woofing that I haven't done. So
you can start dumpster diving, also adventure. I challenge you to find a good food for us. Bread and cheese, you know. Yeah. So, but yeah, like talking to challenges, like again, like I don't know if I open fully this topic or not, like because I kind of several times already touch. Because in general, long term, even like long term travel, even for like pretty experienced travelers, like it's sometimes like you have this feelings of you miss home, you miss some like routine. I had many times that like I miss but like for me just come back for one day, like I wanted this feeling that hey, my home, my routine, my stuff, then I'm ready to go, but to have this small reset. And again, yeah, like did you have any difficulties so far with
if I miss something?
I don't know, with these feelings of of you missing, or you
no, not at the moment.
Or you feel some not scariness, spookiness, as we use this word in this podcast, yeah.
Not at the moment. Maybe because we are in the beginning of the trip. We are only 1 month. Maybe if you make me this answer when we are in Asia or in India 2 months, maybe I will miss a lot of things. I don't know. But here at the moment,
it's been super smooth.
It's super smooth. And it's also because maybe our mind was prepared, because after 2 years...
Yeah, this is actually very good what you said about
it was a really hard 2 years, above all for her, because she lived like in an structured life. For me it was really easy and I like it, I love it, that type of life. But after 2 years that we are already been prepared for it, it's like we are clear for sure you miss something, because we are humans. But if you have clear the objective and you work really hard for it, it's like, okay, it's what I want, it's what I fight for. No?
Yeah.
Any difficulties so far? Some challenges you already faced, like these challenges, what make you fire? No, all good?
Really trying? No.
No, not giants.
At the moment in all the countries we can speak sometimes, depending on the country, one country is more expensive, other more cheapest.
Or
The people
other
is more
safety, other less.
less.
Some culture friends there were good, other were. So
Maybe we don't connect properly with some of them. But at the moment, no,
Yeah,
we're
but
challenging.
we're really adaptative. We don't. I mean, we try to adapt to everyone that we have around, so that's not difficult.
And how was this part like of you being 24/7 with each other? You already mentioned that like there's some personal space, like sometimes require. How do you manage this, like
At the moment, we are
balance kind of between?
At the moment, we are managing really well.
Yeah.
What we did normally, considering that we are making couchsurfing, sometimes we are not together because she is with the couchsurfer. Sometimes I'm alone, or maybe when I go to the bed, she has her space and I'm my space. I'm speaking, I don't know, with friends or with the family. She spoke also. So we try, like when we are alone, to have time for each one.
Yeah, also he knows me pretty well.
Yes.
So he only watching my face has enough to know how I feel. So after 3 years, well, almost four living together, we had a lot of challenges at home, like for example living with my parents also 3 months because we wanted to save money and this stuff. We changed 3 times of flat in 3.5 years, but not in the same city, in different cities. So also I have changed it 2 times of job. He changed it 2 times. So we have been a lot of things in our lives, so we know each other really well.
We are too adaptative.
Yeah,
because we change a lot. We try always to do new things, to improve yourself. So it's like you are always facing to a new thing.
Also, we are super positive persons as a people. We see always the good point of everything. We don't see the bad points of the things. Of course, if you need to analyze them, to correct them, to improve something, but normally we always say...
even if something wrong happened, we say, okay, this is wrong, but for sure will be for something and we will improve. Thanks to this situation.
There's always, I think it's written in our profile in Couchsurfing, like someone asked me if the glass was half empty or half full, and I say, I just drank the glass. So that would be a little bit the explanation of us.
We try always to have our space. Imagine if she need to write, she write. If she need to read a book, she read. That's all.
And what, like, any arguments you had, like, how did you face them, if you had any? I don't know, misunderstanding.
Between us?
Yeah, during the trip, again, like, more like kind of... Because for me, okay, where all these questions coming from, like, I experienced traveling with friends and with partners. Different, like, and for me, I would even say, like, for me, like, let's say travel with friend and partner, I would say quite relatively similar from perspective of density. Maybe with partner it's even easier because you kind of more each other already know and adjust and kind of you know how to speak. And friends, like, you can be like motherfuckers with each other, can be like stupid, you know, like, and everybody push this blanket to each other. I wanna go here, there, and like some random. It's always random bullshit, but then like it's collecting, and so that's why it's like for me it's really kind of personally mature topic maybe for some reason. This like how people manage, and so far what I see from my experience from people I talk, like it's like communication that we usually communicate and express. But again, I believe also communication is nothing without other side. Doesn't matter which side. Like it's not about lose or win. It's more like about accept other person's opinion. Person can say and can be mad, can be angry. Doesn't matter. But if you like counter-react on this stuff, it's like creating a conflict and nothing will be solved. So for me, so far, there's two things: kind of more acceptance, but also way of speaking. Like conversation with each other. So like kind of that's what I'm trying to find different opinions, solutions, stories. Yeah.
But I think in our normal life before traveling, we are a couple that maybe the word is not discuss, is debate. Debate everything, and we speak a lot. And even we are really hard minds. So we are, I don't know how to say, but we are always defend our point of view.
Stubborn. No?
Stubborn, stubborn.
A lot.
Even if I feel that I'm wrong, I will defend it. Why not?
Yeah.
Maybe she lost or she doesn't mind.
It's super hard to fight with him. And he's super intelligent.
And I win. So for that reason, before the trip, I mean, the normal life, we discuss and we debate, we speak a lot. And if she want to win or she want to demonstrate me something, she need to fight. She need to fight and find all the proof to make me just to say, okay, you're right. Okay. So we speak a lot, and thanks to that, I think in this trip is also an advantage because for everything we speak, we have a good conversation, we debate, and we say, okay, this is better for that. No, I don't think so. Sure, blah, 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 blah. And finally we reach an agreement. So I think it's not in this trip, it's because in our normal life, after 4 years living together, we are a couple that speak a lot, and that is really important.
Yeah, also we understand each other a lot, the kind of necessity that have each one. For example, if I know that, it's a stupid example, but if I know that he in the morning needs to eat like protein, for me, maybe I don't need the protein, and it's stupid for me. But if I know that he needs it, we try to buy at the supermarket any yogurt or this kind of stuff. So, and for example, he knows that for me, it's super necessary a coffee in the morning. So he tried that also I have the coffee. So it's like we respect a lot each other. We take into account a lot the feelings and the behavior and everything of the other person. And sometimes even I could say that I put him first than me, and also he does the same with me. So I think it works because it can't work. You know, it's just...
And also because we are abroad, we are alone, and we are the best friends that can be together.
Totally.
So we don't support each other.
One team, yeah.
Who's gonna do it?
Yeah.
It don't make sense.
Totally.
So for that reason, I think we are stronger now. Because we are supporting each other a lot. And trying to be happy, trying to have fun, not to be sad, not to miss anything. Just
and also
to
if I'm
enjoy
in a
about
good, if for example there are days that you are traveling and you are not high, you are not always high.
No, yeah.
But for example, he is more a balanced person. I'm always up and down, up and down.
Well, you lady, sorry.
Yeah,
to say.
yeah, but
I hope it's not
even
sexist.
more. So the days that maybe I'm a little bit down, he's always supporting me, and the days that he is balanced, but a little bit less balanced, I try to up him.
Okay.
So it's just a good combination. It's like he is more structured, more organized, a little bit serious. Even that, well, he is making always jokes, good jokes. I'm just the opposite, like the madness of their relationship. So I think that's why it works.
Yes.
It's a balance.
We are a balance.
Sweet. Good. And I think you, Tony, already mentioned, like in a joke, but I wanna get deeper in this. That about organizing this trip, yeah, like that. You already said that either you a boss, yeah, in this trip, you managing, you like booking, planning, and balance, yeah, the planning. So and like, I wanted to, in general, ask like, how do you balance these plannings in general? Because like also Tony, as a person who's organizing, like to know what's gonna be, yeah. And with the flow of the travel, just let it go, let how it be, like how both of you, like, because again, it's a teamwork anyway. Yeah, you doing the decision, but you told me like that you always consult, you always verify, not consult, verify, but kind of informing him, hey, this is a host potential, this is a place. But point is like how all these things happens between you, also communication, or he just let you do whatever you do.
I live in the middle.
Like, yeah, tell me.
If I was traveling by myself, I will find the host like 1 hour before going to sleep.
Or 1 minute.
Yeah.
Sleep, you mean the same day or like?
Yeah, the same day. I'm like the last minute request. So I'm this kind of person because I'm so sorry, but I don't give a shit to sleep outside. I did it in my trip.
No, not
That
yet.
is one of the points that I thought before starting the trip. I said, I cannot imagine if I gave her all the responsibility.
All the power.
I will be in a park 12 in the night, waiting for a host. And finally,
but imagine,
we will sleep in the park. At the moment,
Yeah.
doesn't happen like this.
you imagine how you feel your body next morning. You will feel that it's all working, you know. All pain will be there.
So I try to do it a little bit more easy. Like I request 1 day, 2 days in advance. I also publish in the trip.
So you
just
get older,
in
you know.
Yeah. A little
30
bit.
plus, you know,
Yeah.
as you plan your life.
Yeah,
You have
I'm planning the life now with 1, even 2 days in advance, depend of.
That is the balance.
Yeah, but the rest no. The rest we are trying to go with the flow.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And what I do by myself, for example, I don't push her to find a host or to find a hotel during.
This is another, man, in my opinion, it's another, what the name of it, magic? Let's call it art. Because like I also, like I have this problem that I'm opposite, I wanna all like manage, control and know. This, I think not a problem, the same I think as you, maybe it's even man shit like that we are logic mind thinkers and we want like all by you know, logic, you know. So, and for me, like, I like when I know what the fuck is going on. And, so, like, how do you, like, if you want to finish, please finish. But I would like to hear this side, how you let it be. Not from perspective of ego or something, but it's, again, it's your natural. It's how you live life. And now you need to okay, let it be. But how do you manage your feelings also? Fuck, I'm not doing anything. Like, for example, even like this. Yeah, I have these feelings. Shit, I didn't plan. I don't. But we go. Shit, I want to participate more. And like, I mean, yeah. So do you? Yeah.
No, but I think in this trip I am enjoying in another way. I mean, my normal life, I enjoy to organize everything. But I say, okay, I'm gonna live, organize, enjoying in another way. For example, not to do nothing.
But how is like how you
No,
can
because I trust
reprogram you?
No, because I trust in her.
Okay.
But for sure, normally I try to have sure that we have at least 2 days guarantee that we have a bed. But after 2 days doesn't matter. So I try not to push her in order to say, okay, let me know when I'm gonna sleep next Friday. It's not make sense because we are now in
we don't
Saturday.
have in Kaunas.
We don't have in Lithuania, for example, now. So it doesn't matter. We have bed tomorrow. It's enough. Because I couldn't imagine before starting the trip. I thought that maybe one day I will not know anything. And now for me it's enough 1 or 2 days. It's because my mind changed. I'm more adaptive and I say, okay, I'm gonna enjoy not to do anything. Even I can be honest. I started with a psychologist.
What's this? Psychologist?
Psychologist I started in order to work by myself how to do it better. Because for me it's impossible not to have everything organized, not to help everyone in their life. So before the trip, 1 month before starting, I started with a psychologist in order to work by myself, and I prepare some exercise and so on in order to say, okay, the life is not what you think is the life. Try to enjoy in another way, because enjoy without doing nothing is also good.
Yes.
And sometimes I can see her looking for a host, looking for a hotel. I say, being honest, I feel sad because she's working a lot. But if I'm egoist, I say, wow, it's unbelievable. I'm the king of the trip. I don't do anything. I have a bed for sure. I have the next meal prepared. If not in the supermarket, I will prepare by myself. It doesn't matter. So I'm thinking in this way that I am enjoying not doing nothing.
This is what
maybe it's egoist, but at the moment in this trip is what I have to.
Yeah. What is the name of this philosophy? Stoicism, yeah. Stoicism, I think. It's about kind of doing nothing and accept the kind of.
Yeah.
But like in general, do you manage some responsibilities, or you take either all on you? And I mean, or like Tony helps somehow, like you ask help somehow, how it all works.
So when he started,
for him also to learn, for example, from this perspective to.
So, for example, when he started with the psychologist, we said that I was going to try to manage all the trip in Europe, and I was going to show him how I was doing everything. Like, it seems simple, but for example, just reading the profiles and sending a personalized...
It's simple when you know how to do it. Yeah. Because you check, okay, done, Just all tasks,
Yeah.
And you try like...
and it's the same, like, for example, when you have read like 100 profiles, you know which one you are going to connect or which one not. And also writing like a good request that accept you. It's also hard because you have to read the profile, connect with the person in just one message. And also trying to see what cities they are interesting in our trip, if we are going to go hiking, if we are going to be tired after to change to other place, or this kind of stuff that normally you don't consider, but they are challenges in your trip. Like, for example, if you today in Switzerland, you do a hiking of 8 hours, tomorrow you are not going to change the host because you are going to be tired to take a train or take a bus. So this kind of things. So I'm teaching him at the same time. For example, if I read 10 profiles and I send 2 requests, I only show him these 2 profiles. I'm the first filter, and after I allowed him. And also, for example, if we are checking like next countries that we can visit, maybe I can just check 2 or 3 and I show him, hey, what can we do, or this stuff. So it's like I'm the first filter and after he starts with everything. Because I would like that in Asia, he starts to manage also the profile and all this stuff. I mean, he is super ready. He is a smart person.
Yeah.
But I wanted that he enjoy it to travel without any obligation. That, for example, for him, something that is necessary is just to eat, for example, in the best restaurant, but not the best restaurant.
With the most replicas.
Yeah, no, it doesn't mean like the most expensive.
No.
It's just the better restaurant for us. Like good atmosphere, good vibes, good food, and cheap. So it would be a good quality. So normally he needs to look for it. Now, I don't allow him to do that. It's like, okay, we are going to walk on the street and we will feel the vibes of the place. And if we like it, we will pop inside. So that would be. Sorry.
And I'm the responsible only in this trip to find the best places to dance, salsa, and
Yeah, that's the responsibility I gave.
This is good. This is good.
And you can see here the combination or the mix between us.
Yeah.
She's the responsible for could be the most important things, or maybe the 50% of the important things. And now I'm the responsible of the rest, that is to find some places to dance.
Because I need that he feels useful, you know, because if he's not doing something, it's like, oh.
Then men get depressed, you know. It's
Yeah,
like, you don't do anything.
I'm trying to find our place for dancing. It's super hard, I have to say. So
Depending on the country.
yeah, he has a challenge. So yeah.
Yeah, this is another thing what you guys do. Yeah, like you have, what is it? How you can call it, goal or
My goal,
yeah, to have a dance, like proper
In
dance of
every-
salsa every country
In every country. More than 37 countries so far.
already.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet, very sweet.
30 countries.
But can it be, let's say, on your first attempt on this country, or it can be if you come back also?
For example, in Bulgaria was 2 times.
And yeah, in Bulgaria was 2 times.
For example, if in Poland you will not do it.
We have to come back. We must.
Yeah.
come
We
back.
must come
So,
back.
but this is also counting. It's not, shouldn't be from like, I'm first time in this country and I need to do dance.
When in my first trip, all the countries that I visited, I danced for the first time.
Yeah.
In this trip is the only one that in Switzerland
We couldn't find it.
we couldn't find it, and here we still haven't danced. But
If you
normally
cannot
it's at
find, you
first.
should put it on the streets, you know.
Yeah. I mean, we will, but yeah, if not, we will have to come back to dance.
But this counts. Cool.
And also one of the important points, I learned how to dance these 2 years. It's not only hard due to the finance part, also for the dancing part for me. I learned during 2 years in order to be able to dance with
Dance with
her
him.
in this trip.
Oh,
because
man.
if not, I'm only the
Exactly.
public.
Yeah. Oh man, this is very good. This is very good stuff. So yeah.
I'm a beginner, but okay, I can do it.
You are
Just
so
upload
lovely.
the videos in Instagram.
Yeah, for Instagram it's always cool, you know, plus some effects and then you look like.
And you can cut the part that you like it.
Yeah, and I saw like one trick like of the TikTok, like just like super fast comment, that when you record dance like this and when you move the camera with the dancer, just something it was a meme kind of like, hey, how professionals record them. You just shake your phone and they dance and it's totally different because it's like effect. It's like this camera moves like, but
Okay. We have to do that.
yeah, you can try.
We need to see. We need to
If it
show that
works.
we are masters.
yeah. Well, and another stuff what I wanna touch again, all accumulating. You guys quit a job. You travel as a couple, and you're gonna travel God knows how long. Yeah, like endlessly. And how is your like this financial part? Like you already mentioned that you save some money like for the trip to have. And in general, like how do you manage your finances? Maybe like how like do you have some, let's say, limit of spending per month, or like what you do with your budget, or you just keep going until it's finished, or you still have some passive income what is still coming to don't completely fuck you up for future yeah, like how it's all this thing. And I know that in couple, like, can be like sometimes cheaper, sometimes opposite, you know. That like is you still have one budget, but you spend as a two, yeah. But in the same times, as a two, you spend less because it's two of you, yeah. So if it's like, yeah.
I guess we don't have a clear budget.
No.
We don't have like, okay, this is the budget.
It's
we have
like
to
1,000 euros per month.
We try 1,000 per month.
Each one.
Each one.
Yeah,
Each.
1,000.
And at the moment we are controlling last just not to move out.
Yeah,
of
considering that, for example, we were in Switzerland, that's super expensive.
Yeah, that's what I want to say. How so far is this for Europe?
And also now Euro we know is more expensive.
Yeah.
But we prepare it. We can.
Yeah, I mean, long history would be like 2 years ago. We decided,
yeah, you're a boss. Tell us why you started to talk about money.
No, we decided.
You have budget in your head.
No, but everything started was curious because everything started. Imagine I study business, economy. I study all this type of issues or subjects, and she studied quality and chemicals and food, something like that.
Yes, I am.
And one day she comes home and say, okay, I saw a course about financial freedom. And say, you look for a course? Yeah, I saw a course. And I say, okay, it's cheaper? And say, I don't remember the
I like
cost.
to learn random things.
And okay, we can do it together because it was cheap and we are two, so it's cheap, it's split up in two. Okay, we can start. And suddenly we start together a course, online course.
We started to read how to create passive income, also how to change your mentality, like reading books like for Padre Rico, Padre Pobre.
Yeah, Padre, yeah, no, there's the Rich Dad.
Different books from Kiyosaki.
The Secret of the Millionaire Mind.
We read 3 or 4 books and we follow the online course. And we say, okay, we think together that this could be easy. I mean, easy, we can follow it. It's not easy because you have to work hard. But if you follow the rules, you can do it.
So we started to invest in cryptos the moment that they were super low. Also, we started to invest in startups. And
big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Beyond Meat, minus 90%. Fuckers.
We invest in another one.
Yeah, no, I'm just like...
I will let you know.
It's my pain. It's my pain.
And the biggest challenge was that we started to buy houses.
So, this is very nice stuff.
So nowadays we have 4 houses and they are rented. So that's the passive income that we have. I mean, we didn't buy the 4 houses. The bank is paying the houses and also the person that is inside living there.
That is what Kiyosaki explained us.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. So that's why when we are saying that we spent 2 years super hard working on saving money, it's because we bought 4 houses.
For sure, the major part of our budget is the saving money that we save.
Yeah.
Working a lot, earning money, and also living with her parents. But the other part could be saving 60%, 70%, and the 30% could be passive incomes. And we work really hard to get for example, the houses. You only for the information that you can imagine, some days we were in 10 houses. Just visiting the houses in one day, in one afternoon. We were sometimes with a rental agency to see and to visit 10 houses.
Yeah,
so
we have seen more than 300 houses.
Just to find the 4 right ones for us in that moment.
And we were mastered like in 3 months to know what houses were good, which ones were bad. Also, you have to have all the numbers to see if you are winning money or not. Also, you need to know, for example, when the construction was made, the neighbors that were around, that all this stuff, the documentation. And
you have to study the right area.
Yeah.
Because depending on the area, sometimes you are able to get more cash but you have to spend or you have to invest more money. So depending on your situation, our case, we were not able to invest a lot of money. We were able to invest a little bit less money, but with a more profitable percentage rate. It's not as much cash, but you have a good rate in comparison to the investment and the money that you receive. So it's depending on your pocket or your idea or, I don't know, your background. You have to study properly the area to find or to focus the right flat.
Yeah, also we bought acciones in my company, and they were super, super good. So, yeah, it was a strong year.
Also, we put money every month
in fondos indexados.
Index assets. That this money is stop there.
For me, the most complicated thing is like 2 years ago, we didn't know that all of these paths were.
When we met each other, we spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because it was everything after the COVID. So we were every weekend in a hotel, different hotel in the Mediterranean coast. We were always outside, taking everything. I mean, Monday go to the sushi, Tuesday go to the Italian, Friday, I don't know, Thailandese. So it doesn't matter. So in summer we said 2 years ago, okay, I'm gonna check how much money we spent outside. And I don't remember the number, but it was crazy. You cannot imagine, some days we wake up at home, we take a breakfast in one bar in the same city, we take after the lunch in another city, and we finish the night in another city, sleeping in the hotel there. Because after the COVID was like, okay, we have to leave because maybe in 1 year we are again close to our home, and we earn money. So imagine the mind has changed a lot to say, okay, we are not able to spend money. We have to spend money in houses. We have to pay taxes. We have to study more. We have to read books. We are not able to go outside in the weekend.
Because I didn't know where. I mean, I know what is Bitcoin, but I didn't know how it works and everything. So, Bitcoins, fondos indexados also, how to buy a house, and the startups that were growing in that moment, all kind of investments that we try to do. So, but it was overwhelming because I only wanted adventures. I wanted to live adventures.
For you, like, I don't even imagine.
No.
And I always close to her say, okay, please. The objective is clear. The goal is to have a good trip, not to be worried about the money. I mean, you could be. You need a budget because if not, you are lost. But okay, we are working for it. Please, relax. Because sometimes she was really overloaded about our life. She say, how is possible I'm not able to go in summer that we have 30 days? I don't know, I would like to go to New York, I would like to go to Philippines, I want to go to India. And I said, no, we cannot do it. We will do, but at the moment it's not the time. So for her, it's like...
Yeah, for me it was too much.
It's too much. We had many crises. Because sometimes even your friends or your colleagues, the society, is also... pushing you, but not in a wrong way. I mean, they try to support you or to give the...
Well, they want to have fun with you, right? It's like the simple reason, it's like not blame to people, but it's
and we say,
for them not easy as well,
we have to think clearly that the objective is clear.
So nowadays, for the trip, we have passive income, but it's not enough for Europe. So So it's just a little help. So we saved money for the trip. I think that when we are in Asia, maybe in some places it's enough with the passive income, but we will see. So that's the way that we financially.
Well, guys, like I would say, it's very mature and like very mature because it's like not easy decision and like it's long 2 years like to plan and to do and to really work fucking hard on it. And again, I can imagine like personally how was between you like the situation because it's not easy, but like like, I don't know, shake your hand like for this effort, because this is because this is like heavy stuff. This is difficult but very cool. Yeah, like I think it's very smart step. And again, in future, anyways, fucking payback. Like this is future what you will have, and then you also can travel, because many travelers do like, oh, I live like one day life, blah blah blah. Yes, and I always repeat this, young people, like, well, like not necessarily young, it's not always young, but especially this who is, I call them the same how I call radical vegans, like for me this is radical travelers, who is like sleep anywhere, dumpster diving, something. Okay, this is for fun, adventure, 1 year, 2, 5, okay, 5, fuck it. But what after? Like all your life like this, like it's like anyway you will end up in some point where you like should say, fuck, where am I, and like what should I do, where should it do? Yeah, maybe somehow on the way you will find solution. I don't argue with this, I don't know the future, but when you know that shit, in your case I have 4 fucking houses, something like should be really fucked up happen in this world, like these houses will not give you like stability later on as well, but if you have nothing and you live one day, even one day can like take you the same way, so it's like the same rat race to survive, and like just to survive, so it's not really adventure, not really joy, just surviving from another perspective, but from you have different views in front of you, maybe another.
And also here you can see the combination in like a couple, because for example, before starting the trip, I mean, when we started thinking about start a trip together, she said, okay, but we can do it as I did it in the past. I mean, she didn't think about anything, about passive income, about saving money. She said, okay, I'm gonna go abroad, that's all. And I said, okay, this is true, we can do it, because being honest, we have money in the bank, we can do it and spend all the money, burn the money, I come back at home. But I say, okay, we are going to do it in a proper way. We have to plan everything, because imagine if we go abroad, we have some problem. We spend more money that we are able to do, or maybe the trip finally will be, I don't know, 1 year, no more. For example, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. We don't know. When we come back, I would like to have something.
Yes, exactly.
So that is another point that we combine together, because it's like we were close. She wanted to trip without nothing. I wanted to trip with some passive income. So we work together to have like a middle path between us.
Yeah, I think this is like, for me, this is the same. Like, one thing is amazing, memories and everything, but I'm kind of have this fear to come back and start from fucking zero and again this fucking step, fucking job or something this. Like, come on, like, I'm travel not for this. Like, I also wanna, because one thing is again, well, it's all different. Yeah, like it's all really individual, but yeah, like travel and having some passive income, even if it's small, but still passive, so support you to some basic things. And again, when you come back for something, like, but imagine if you like come back to nowhere, literally, and kind of, you need to find some place. I mean, all these basic steps, it's annoying for me personally. Like, I really, it's again them. It's like this word, again them, like kind of like, let me do something else really in life, It's like you play a fucking game, the same mission, like in GTA. The same, come on, like I don't wanna play this, I wanna play another one, like so. Yeah, and what about your future plans? How, like, you mentioned a lot of Asia, so like what are your, and after all you go to like Latvia in Europe here now, but like what is your, now let's say big plan for your big trip, because you have big trip plan, kind of long.
We always say that we don't have plans, and consider that
but let's say like this,
Aida is the boss for sure, we don't have plans. Only one day before, but the idea is to finish in Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, could be Finland, I don't know. maybe 1 day or 2 days. Denmark for sure, because we have the last trip there, the last flight from Denmark to Alicante. So we will visit Denmark for sure.
Yeah, because we have to go to an appointment to Spain. We will be there around 2 weeks. And after we start in Istanbul, that is the closest and cheapest area.
And the easiest way to get Spain. A flight from Spain or close to Valencia.
So at the beginning we thought maybe to go to India, because I think Toni is ready to go there.
Yeah.
But now we are talking about a lot of people, about the stunts. So maybe we start with all the stunts, but I still not plan. I think that's a good thing.
So anyway, approximately, or like Asia, or like Middle East?
That's the thing. Toni wants India, Japan. I want Sri Lanka, India. So China, Japan, Toni, and India, Sri Lanka. So we will see.
But we have time to visit all of them,
everything,
for sure.
Yeah. I don't know when we feel tired.
Yeah, maybe strategically always will be most like unpleasant is like long comebacks, and then if you want to go back and start continue, this is maybe more tricky, but I think you will figure it out.
The only thing that I don't want to feel is like when I was traveling my 8 months, I went to Philippines, and there was one moment that I didn't feel surprise of the things. So in the moment...
Well, that's another challenge for you, little big girl. Yeah, this like surprise, these sparkles, they will be not forever. This is
I know. Yeah. So maybe when we don't feel these butterflies...
Until you start skydiving.
So maybe we decide to stop in one country and stay for 2-3 months, like to have a normal life, but abroad. And after maybe just to start again, but at the end, I mean, we don't know what's going to happen.
Because the idea was like, after visiting all the countries that we have in our mind, we can check which one was the best, or which one you feel like you fell in love, or you have better feelings, and say, okay, why we cannot go there and try to find something to discover most the city, and also live like a local, work there, or
and also
learning a lot.
Maybe to open a business together.
And even when you are traveling, you learn a lot about all the cultures, and even you can see the necessities or the requirements in every country. And sometimes we speak about it and say, okay, why we cannot get something from each country and maybe see where is the opportunity.
Like for example, today
to establish that.
We saw here that they are not vending machines. So it could be, for example, one business that you can do it here.
Yeah.
But we will figure it out how it works. But I think that's great. We will have opportunities for sure.
And the question, why do you look like to the Asian direction? Let's say not like Africa and South America. I think North America, I know the answer. But South America and Africa, like in generally speaking.
Latin American was also thought by us.
Yeah.
But the main reason for sure is because she lived 4 months in India, and she explained me how we can live there. India, and she said, okay, we have to go. We have to go to Asia 100%. And after we will see if we go to Latin America, for example. Africa at the moment, we don't feel, I don't know.
I also think it was my fault, because when I stopped for the COVID, I couldn't see Vietnam, Thailand, Bangladesh, Nepal. So it was like in my list. And I don't know, I think Toni didn't have any expectations, so I tried to push a little bit him in order to follow a little bit my dreams. But I mean,
totally get you.
If he tomorrow just tell me like, I would love to go to Canada or Africa, we will change.
I got it. Yeah.
Maybe Australia also.
Because for this, why I asked this is for this reason of sparkles. Because like I think Well, I also haven't been like this. That's my reason why I want to go to Asia, for this reason, for these sparkles. Because Europe, yeah, for me, like, get bored somehow, even though like Balkans surprised me nicely. Like,
Yeah,
I was
me too.
like, yeah, okay, nice, something. But like Scandinavia and stuff, I still didn't go. And like, just for nature, I want to go. Like, this society wise and cities, maybe not that much. Even though Stockholm also surprised me, motherfucker. Like, in nice, really good way. Fuck, like, really nice city. But anyway, and yeah, in South America, I've been to the Brazil. Super nice. And like, I always want to back and like explore like rest of countries. The same what you have for Asia. But the same reason in Africa for me is a big question, and I am like, fuck, like really curious, because it's so fucking different. Like everything is different. It can be from really difficult condition to really good condition there. And I was like, wow. And I don't know, and even culturally wise, religiously wise, like, I mean, everything. So yeah, this is, I think, another sparkles a lot. Like, I think Africa can give travelers a lot. Yeah. And I think there is even lately also on Instagram these videos with guys who cross Sahara or something on this train. Popular, I think it's kind of everybody jumping on this train nowadays. Yeah. So when you just go by train through all desert, Yeah. And making Instagrams
without the backpack of 8 kilos.
Yeah.
I hope.
But cool, yeah. Well, anyway, wanted to ask you, slowly wrapping up, and like one of the question I have is, in general, like for other couple thinking of hitting on the road together, or like, I don't know, solo travelers transitioning to couple travel, what advice can you give them so far?
For other couples that can start together.
Yeah.
They have to speak a lot.
What they feel.
Yes, they have to understand each other. Because I always say the same. If she said something, there is a reason behind. So I have to understand why she think, or why she choose that plan or that host or whatever she choose. I always think that there is a reason behind, and I have to understand, at least to speak with her and say, okay, but you don't think it's not better to get this one, or to change, or I don't know, to do it in another way? So the most important is to understand each other and speak a lot, and try not to be angry. You understand what I mean? It's not like a discussion like you are fighting. You are only try to understand, and at least not try to convince the other person. Because sometimes when you try to convince, you are creating a fight or a hard debate. So just better if you understand, try to speak, and
also if you have to understand that both of you are traveling, so it means that if you are tired and if you are in a down day, or maybe you are angry because you are tired of walking or carrying with the backpack and everything, you have close to you one person that is in the same situation as you. So you have to think in both, like, okay, I have to be strong because I'm not the only one in this trip. It's like, I can't act as a child. If I was by myself, I can act like a child. If I want to cry, I cry, just say, oh, fuck off, everything. But when you are when someone traveling, you need to know that in this case, his mood can change with your mood. So you need, of course, you can be angry, you can cry, you can do everything, but you need to understand that it has to pass fast and quick. It's like, okay, you have a moment that you can be depressed, and after you have to be up again, because there are two people that they are traveling together. So.
And one point is clear: if you don't understand, or you don't have a good relationship in a normal life,
don't try it.
In a normal life, don't try it.
No.
Because you will die in 2 weeks or less than 2 weeks. Because you're going to discuss about every decision.
Yeah.
Because now you have more challenge. You have more decisions every day.
It's like multiplying all this challenge.
Because when you are working in a normal life, the hardest decision could be, what do you want for a dinner? could be the hardest decision. But now, when you wake up, you have a lot of decisions to take.
Yeah.
So if you are not prepared for the normal life, for sure you will not try it.
And also you have to think that when you are fighting with the other person, or having a disagreement, you have to think that the other person is not having other kind of opinion just to fuck you. It's not. It is because he has other kind of opinion, and you have to listen to the opinion because maybe he is right and you are wrong. So,
or 50-50.
Yeah, or 50-50. But you have to understand that in our case, we are 34. You have to think a little bit outside of yourself.
Yeah.
So.
Well said.
That's
our recommendation is that.
And just to respect other thing is just respect yourself. Like you as a person, you have necessities. So you can hurt the other person, but don't try to do the perfect life for the other person. First, you have to be yourself, be good with yourself, stay in peace. And after, you could be your best version for the other person. That would be. And also some space, always. Always we need a space. Like a person, you need to analyze how you are watching everything and how the other person is watching everything. That would be the summary.
Good summary.
Yeah, very good summary. And extra question to you, what piece of advice to the women, for the female travelers who especially go into such exotic destinations like India, or we mentioned this India, not poor India, but
Don't read the news.
Yeah.
Don't listen to people that give you suggestions, but they didn't leave their homes in all their life. Because nowadays, you don't ask, but everyone is giving you suggestions.
Yeah, true.
Oh, are you going to go to that country? Do you know, I have a neighbor that was friend of a friend of a friend of a friend that she was there and something happened to her. No, listen, no. Trust yourself. And try to be a little bit smart. For example, when I was traveling in India by myself, I also had earring. Is earring? Like if I was...
No, this is ring.
Ring.
Yeah,
yeah. I was wearing a ring because in some places I was in tiny villages and they asked me, do you have husband? And say yes. And how are you here and he is not here? And the magic sentence was because he is working in a congress close to the city that I was, and he allows me to be by myself around here, and after he will come here to pick me up. So yeah, it's not the best. I mean, I'm a autonomous person. I'm over empowerment the women and all this stuff. But you have to be smart sometimes.
Right,
you have to forget you have rights and you have rights in your country. You have some ideas, you have your ideas in your country. But if you go to a country you have to cover yourself, you have to cover yourself. So try to be the more smart that you can. And also follow your instinct. Nowadays in cities and with the commodities that we have in our cities, we don't listen ourselves. It's not necessary because you are not in a bad situation or in a risky situation. But when you are abroad and you are by yourself, walking around in a street empty at 11 at night, listen yourself and trust yourself, I would say. And no more. Also, for example, if you are doing hitchhiking and imagine that you are going to ride, and one car with 4 young guys stop the car and say, we are going there, do you want to go with us? Maybe nothing happens, but don't take the risky. Just say that you are going in the left side. They will ask you, are you sure? Because you are in the wrong way of the street. and you will say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that. I will change." So act like if you were idiot.
Strategy.
Yes, strategy, idiot. But yeah, it helps. It helps. So.
Sweet. Yeah, very, very practical, I would say. Yeah, definitely.
Yes, practical.
Yeah. Cool, guys. Thank you for joining. High five for
Thank
episode.
you.
And can you tell the people where they can follow your adventures, like how they can maybe contact with you? I don't know, some social media. So
We have Instagram. Our account, I don't know if it's easy to say, but it's with number, Tronach. I can spell it. It's TRONATS. Tronach. And you can see there our personal logo that Aida designed. And you can follow our adventures.
Nice. I will put the link in the description.
Yeah, to Tronach, it's because Tronach in Valenciano, it's like crazy people that they don't think about what they are doing.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
And there is a curious story behind, because when we started, even when we were not a couple, we started drinking a wine that the name was Tronach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was like I don't know how to say, it's a payaso.
Cloud? Payaso?
Cloud. So we say, okay, why not? If we started drinking wine called Tronach and we are crazy
Tronach,
couple,
yeah.
so 2 Tronach around the
Two
world.
Tronachs around the world. So, that's
That's cute story behind
And
it.
also it's Valenciano, that for us is our city, so the language of our city, so it was different.
Yes.
All right.
I hope everyone like it.
Yeah.
Just to have the second one after Europe trip.
Yeah, imagine.
Yeah, right.
Imagine that after 1 year traveling, hey, where are you? No, we broke up.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
We can do 2 podcasts.
Yeah.
One with you,
Then I
one
will
with
have some more episodes.
It's more interesting.
And then more people stories to listen. What happened with this couple? It's gonna be like this talk show like this, like on TV, Yeah. Cool, guys. Thank you all for listening. And see you in the next episodes or somewhere around the small planet. Have a good night, I guess.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.